4 successes.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of us, and welcome to another exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. Hey, Zach. How you doing?
No.
Zach, it's a lovely, lovely evening, and you're sitting there in your office listening to music and probably writing something in a ledger, maybe. You know what? You're keeping the parishes accounts. Isn't that lovely?
No.
You can stop saying no anytime now.
No.
But outside, by the way, outside on your patio door, so the door that goes into your back garden, you hear a knock, which is unusual because in order to get to the patio, you need to go around the side of the house and through a gateway, which is generally kept locked. But somebody yet is knocking on your patio door.
He'll walk over there and see who's there.
All right. Okay. You see, standing there, looking up at you, kind of with expectant eyes, a person who stands about 5'5". He is in fact an entirely anthropomorphic frog man, and he's looking up at you, and he says, "Hello, are you Father Belmont?"
I am indeed, yes.
Oh, I see. Excellent. Would you sign here, please? He will hold out a small signing board.
What am I signing for exactly?
Receipt of the hot tub.
Of the what, sorry?
Receipt of the hot tub. I'm sorry, did I stutter? I stutter from time to time.
No, you didn't stutter, but I didn't order a hot tub.
It's right there. Father Belmont, 32 Clearwater Way, Malahide, Dublin.
It must be some sort of mistake then.
I don't think so.
I'm fairly certain.
It's already set up. He'll gesture over where a moment ago there wasn't a hot tub. There is now a luxurious 15-person seasoned hot tub sitting in your garden.
No, I'm very certain I did not order a hot tub. My apologies. Can you dismantle it and return it?
As there's another pop, and you see standing there in front of you a large, he almost looks like a minotaur dressed in a long silk kimono, and he says, "Ah, you Father Belmont, yes?"
Yes.
We have the 32 cases of divine sake that you ordered.
I don't drink.
But here, it's your name on the list.
You must have the wrong person.
There's another. At which point you will see a cat person standing there with long, long whiskers, really elegantly maintained. They're dressed in a chef's outfit, and they'll say, "Ah, where would you like us to put the 72 roasted delights?"
Back in your kitchens, please.
Ah, back in your kitchen. Indeed.
Your kitchen.
It's already gone by the time you say that, Kim.
He's just gonna sigh.
Kim, when you turn around, you see a much smaller frogman is already setting up decorative Chinese lanterns in your main sitting room.
Okay. He's probably just gonna go up to the room and tell Alex not to come out of his room for the next few hours while he deals with stuff. Wait, no, shit. Did Alex ever get his fucking soul back?
He has, but he's been staying with the bishop because the process is complete, but apparently he can't do it until the full moon.
Okay. Motherfuckers.
The tiny frogman looks up at you and he says, "Do you mind helping me? It's a little bit high."
Of course.
Thank you. At which point, the painful irony that you're setting up the decorations to something you have no idea is occurring immediately strikes you.
You know what? He's gonna call Jewel.
Okay, Jewel, your cell phone rings. Bzzz, bzzz, bzzz.
Jewel will answer her cell phone. Hello?
You seem to have. What a phrase this. Do you know where the Monkey King is? Because I'm fairly certain he's playing another one of his elaborate jokes.
I would assume he is with Sketch, but I'm not with either of them right now, so I can't say as to their location with any degree of certainty.
Well, thank you.
Do you need help?
Yes.
I'll be over as soon as I get a ride.
Kim, at this moment, your upstairs bathroom door swings open, and you see a troop of individuals, all who look like kind of anthropomorphic shadows, all wearing different colored kimonos, make their way out of it, holding instruments. One of them walks up to you, who's holding a sugi horn, and he nods. He says, "Sup, we're the band."
Of course you are. How wonderful.
All right, boys and girls. At this point, you kind of feel the house shake ever so slightly. And from the same door, the upstairs bathroom, well, even from the naked eye, you see the fact that it is no longer the upstairs bathroom. It is now a swirling malaise of energy and power that crackles outwards for a moment as a portal, a perfectly formed portal appears, through which spiritual entities start to step forth into this world, anthropomorphic animals. You see one man who has a boar's features, who you recognize as Pigsy, come walking out looking incredibly worried with what appears to be the guest list. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I'm assuming, is that the cue that we've arrived?
No, you will arrive shortly. I'm going to let Kim have her what the fuck moment.
Gotcha.
He's just gonna look over at Pigsy with that expression of explain.
Oh, Father Belmont, you're going to be angry at me, but he said that I had to, and I kind of had to, so I didn't exactly know what to do.
You could explain a bit better, Mr. Pigsy.
Oh, it's just Pigsy, please. No need for that Mr. stuff. That was my father, Mr. Pigsy, you see. But no. You see, today's the 57th day of calibration, which means that we're free to walk around the spirit world. And one day, the august personage of Jade gave us the permission to do so, you understand. However, in his wisdom, the Monkey King decided that he wanted to throw a party. And unfortunately, he didn't exactly know where to throw a party, but he remembered that he liked you, and so he decided that he wanted to throw a party at your house.
I see.
So, did the sake arrive?
Right behind you.
Oh no, Mr. Osagi, please don't be angry at me. I'm just doing what I was told to do. You will see a much more commanding kind of than the other figures. You'll see a 6 foot tall rabbit step out of the portal that leads from that's coming out of your bathroom.
Nothing to worry about, son. This one is entirely in my line of approval.
Oh, good. Allow me to introduce you to Father Belmont. He's the person whose house will be ravaged. Destroying. Partying in.
A pleasure to meet you, Father Belmont, and thank you very much for your hospitality.
The pleasure is all mine, and I'm glad my humble home could be host to your party.
Oh, this is not my party. I'm merely on the invitation list.
To the party, then.
Well, it is quite the party to have indeed. You see, somehow you and those associated with yourselves have managed to not end the world, and we thought this was something worth celebrating.
Of course.
Oh, do try put a smile on your face. You see, life is something worth carrying on with, and at the end of the day, you should count yourself blessed that he who sits most on high has noticed.
Of course.
Does that mean that I'm not going to become Bacon, Father Belmont?
Why would you become Bacon?
I don't know. I'm going to go and find the 97 Roast Delights.
97? I thought you all thought 72. Oh dear, you better work on that, Pixie.
That was a fat joke, but I'm okay with it. I am a beautiful, self-confident individual.
Pixie son, don't let anyone tell you any different.
All right, boys and girls, at this point, you will start to make your way towards the party. You will find the fact that as you arrive, the door is open, and you will see the fact that spirits dance and play in the streets. However, no one seems to notice. No one seems to care. Cars drive through them, and they reform as if composed entirely of shadows and mist. And yet, everyone is happy. They dance, they sing, they regale. So, who will we have join us first? I think we shall have Jewel.
I was with Usagi not too long ago.
Yep, I do know. Pixie son, if you could pass me the guest list, I would like to check a few of them in as they arrive.
Oh, yes, Sluggy. Yes, of course.
Now, go and make sure that the Nico aren't burning down, please.
Oh dear, they've gotten into Father Belmont. I hope you didn't like your library. They appear to have gotten into your books.
Oh no.
I think the Monkey King said something about he'd replace everything that was destroyed or do something with it. I can't remember, honestly. He was talking so quickly.
I'm sure we have it in writing somewhere, Pixie. Don't worry yourself. Now's the time to celebrate. Go and have fun.
Oh, okay. But yes, all right. If you wish to arrive first, Grog, you may.
Stepping out of the upstairs bathroom, not far behind Usagi-san, comes the Azure Sailor, and he's wearing very attractive sailor clothes, pea coat, overcoat, and just looks around and says, "Oh, Father Belmont, I didn't think you were the kind to throw parties."
See, I had a plan for that outfit all along.
I didn't think I was the kind for parties either.
It's amazing what you learn about yourself when the world's about to end.
Indeed.
Right. That's one off the list.
Next to arrive will be Jewel.
Jewel arrives, and she sees what's happening in front of the house and makes her way in, and she has, honestly, at this point, no idea what to expect. But she's looking for Father Belmont.
You can always see, like, apparate out of a semi-cloud of smoke for you. Name, please.
The exquisite sound of jewels.
Excellent. We do have you listed down. Yes, Father Belmont is upstairs at the moment. Let's see. Find here, please.
What is this?
Oh, this is just your personal drinks delivery. I believe the Monkey King thought that you needed something to get yourself going. Wasn't my idea.
She'll take the paper and sign it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And she will bow again and then quickly head upstairs.
Next.
Why not? Out of a car, Danielle will be coming out of the passenger seat with a really small backpack on her back, and she kind of walks around and looks to see what's going on, looks to see all this commotion that seems to be going on with all these spirits, and she seems to be making her way towards the building.
The puff of smoke for theatric purposes only, and the giant rabbit appears before you. Welcome! Sorry, I forget your name. What was it again?
She kind of smirks and she says, Daniela Griffith.
I see you are on the invitation list. Welcome to the party. Might I direct you to the 72 delights being cooked over there? Father Belmont and the Exquisite Jewel are currently upstairs, and the guests of honor will be arriving shortly. Please enjoy yourself.
Well, I guess I gotta ask, why was I invited? I don't know any of these guys.
Because we thought you'll be entertaining, because we thought you'll be an excellent guest, because we thought that you deserved a place at this party.
She shrugs.
Then
Fair enough, I suppose.
we have defeated the forces of entropy.
Wow. Mighty accomplishment. Not a very easy thing to do.
It's you and yours. We just help push you along the way.
Well, fair enough. Well, I'll go see this Father Belmont individual.
Excellent. I believe they're panicking up on the first floor on the left, near the toilets.
Noted. Thank you.
Next!
That would be Solon.
Yep, I'm here. So this is just in a general residential neighborhood, right? Pretty decent.
Correct.
Okay. Open invite. So, rather elderly man's going to get out, probably from a taxi. Just gets out. He's got he's got glasses on, like you'd see in the picture. Decent clothing. Nothing too out of the ordinary. And he just walks up towards the front door. He does seem to notice the spirits and everything else. You know, just kind of raises an eyebrow. Keeps walking.
We will continue on the theme of the poof and the rabbit. Pops up, has his list and quill at hand. So, do I know you? You look familiar. I suppose not. Well, not yet, perhaps. Name, please.
That would be Eric. Eric Elder.
Eric Elder. Yes, you are cordially invited. Please enjoy the festivities. Congratulations for surviving this long, by the way.
Sorry, what was that? What was he?
Congratulations for surviving this long, by the way. Odds worked in your favor.
He just kind of smiles and nods.
Especially after that deal with the house. I mean, I lost a bet on that one. But please go enjoy yourself.
And you'll keep it in.
All right. You will hear as you all enter the immediate and rather raucous sound of music playing. Very kind of traditional music, but given a modern twist as people are as spirits are jumping around on furniture and dancing. Everything seems very happy. There are small shadowy beings that carry trays of food and sake. Everyone appears to have a joyous, rambunctious feeling tonight. As you enter, you are all, I'm not going to say it's not a mind effect per se, but you all feel happy. You all are reminded of happy times in your lives. You're all reminded of times when you felt like you could rule the world. It's a good feeling.
Ladies and gentlemen, because I lost a bet and keep on doing so because you people keep on surprising me, I have to do some introductions. Might I introduce the organizer, the mastermind for your tonight's gathering and entertainment? None other than the great handsome sage equal to heaven, Son Goku. Round of applause, please. I see you're not applauding in the background over there. That's noted.
From nowhere, the room will be filled with a swirling purple miasma of cloud until it spins around in a circle like a tornado caught in the room. Until in the center, the figure of the Monkey King will emerge, spinning into existence. As he spins himself up, he sits on top of his staff. It's about 6 foot tall, and looks down at everyone, and he'll say, "Well, look on the bright side, everybody. The world's still here. Happy calibration." There's an immediate cheer that goes up from the audience. You see, hey, Father Belmont, come here, please.
He'll walk over there.
The staff shrinks until the Monkey King is standing, and he'll say, he'll put his hand, unless Zack will stop him, on Zack's chest.
No, Zack will just see what's gonna happen.
He will say, "You know, when I met you, I told you something, and I was right, that he had seen you, and that it's a big deal. But I just want to say something else. So, it took me a little while, but I finally heard what you did, exactly what you did. It's because of you that you didn't fight darkness with evil. You fought it with love and compassion. Both of these are very valuable things. You didn't give in to your own dark place to slay someone who could not help theirs. And so, you almost see like a grimace cross his face. I, Sun Wukong, the handsome sage, equal to heaven." And he bows deeply to you. At which point all the other spirits in the room will follow likewise. "You are the one who allowed this place to continue. You have our thanks."
It wasn't just me. Joel here also helped, as well as many other people. I do not deserve all of this praise.
Now's your time to celebrate them.
Mm.
Reward them. Spirits are great and many in this place, and they are paying attention.
We thank you too, in that case, exquisite sounding jewels. You knew that you stood upon the edge of a knife, and yet you didn't let it plunge into you. You have shown wisdom and forward thinking. You have our respect, and the respect of the spirits is not something easily earned, and not something to be discarded.
Joel will bow. Thank you for your kind words, Sun Wukong.
I am merely speaking the truth. As I said, we love this place because we love you. Humanity, your laughter is our wine. Your smiles our meat. Your tears our sorrow. Everything about you is what makes us. We are shaped by your imaginations, by your feelings. So, what would we be without humanity? But dull, pale, and stagnant.
And bored. Very
I have a hard time imagining. Well, Sun Wukong, I can imagine getting bored, but I have a hard time imagining any of his companions being bored in his company.
I always did wonder, why is it they never wrote about you in Journey to the West? I mean, you schlupped all the way with us to India, Asagi, but they never wrote about it. How did you get out of it?
I had words with the author. We don't try to advertise my much as yourself, though. There was that great story when, what was it? My mother, the Jade Rabbit. There was that Queen in India, and you guys had a little bit of a brawl. Might have demolished a village.
Everyone starts to once again dance and sing and drink and eat as the Monkey King stalks around the room, kind of looking at people. And he'll stop when he gets to Daniela, and he'll quirk his head to the side, and he'll say, "Well, that's interesting."
You're fairly interesting. She'll smile.
He'll say rather, he'll tap her, he'll reach up and he'll knock on her head like you knock on a coconut. Like,
What was that?
He will look at you very puzzled for a second, and he'll say, "You're."
Am I the one to thank you for the invitation?
Well, yes, but your river flows two ways.
She kind of looks at him with peeled eyes. Goes,
Oh, okay. Allow me to phrase it like this. Fate, the concept of destiny, is a river. So we move along it in the same way that we are always supposed to. We have decisions that are the paths or the course that our river takes. However, our river is always set before us. That is why certain individuals have the ability to step onto the bank and observe either what will be or what has been, and to manipulate those, because they essentially change the flow of the river. You're rare. You have two split paths on your river. And it's not sure which one you'll go down yet. You're kind of stuck at the crossroads.
so I guess that means I have a choice to make soon.
Well, kinda. I hope you make the right one, because I really wouldn't want to go down the left-hand path if I were you.
No, let's just say I'm not a fan of suffering.
There's a bit more to it than that.
Well, I still have things to learn.
Oh, you want to learn?
She nods her head. Always have.
Do you seek to walk the path of wisdom?
Well, I assume there's more to it than just what the title of the path is.
No, it's entirely that. Do you seek to walk the path of wisdom?
Well, what does the path of wisdom entail?
Becoming wise.
Indeed.
How do you define wise?
One who understands what it is that one wishes. One who understands what it is one is taught. And one who understands the value of their words.
Then I guess yes, I would like to follow the path of wisdom.
Wonderful. He moves like lightning. As he cracks, he doesn't hurt you, but he taps both of your shoulders just under your sternum and right at your belly button.
Mm-hmm.
And he will very calmly walk on then.
Well, that means I must have gotten myself in something, haven't I? I look at the giant bunny rabbit.
You have about 30 days to live. You should probably get that sorted out.
The Monkey King will casually turn and he'll say, technically, not exactly. Basically, we try to teach the path of wisdom as in, wisdom is wonderful. So in the next 30 days, you have to learn a lesson as to yourself and come to me and say what you have learned. Simple. If you can't do that, well,
You're very tears yourself apart and you die on most levels.
I have faith in you.
Huh?
High threat, but rewards.
He's going to
Awesome.
smile. He's going to say, I'll even take you to look at your river if you want.
I don't know. I suppose I should first learn that lesson first.
Excellent.
Yes. He's
Ooh.
learned a bit much.
Besides, death isn't so scary.
Unfortunately, he's learned a bit much from when we used to do this to him.
Do you remember when Pigsy had 37 seconds left to go to learn a cosmic lesson?
2 seconds left, and I have to say what he came up with was really impressive. In fact, Steve, we don't appreciate you enough. Can I just call it a toast to the person that helps make all of this happen?
Oh, you guys!
Sometimes, all this trouble, you've remained by us, loyal, stalwart. A toast to Pigsy, who for some reason, while the fates may have it in for him, we appreciate what you do.
Pigsy looks up from the cake that he is currently eating, as in he has a whole cake and he's eating it, and he just looks up at you with cream all over his muzzle. And he just says, "Oh, you guys! Oh, I don't know what to say." But the Monkey King will walk on, and he kneels down and he looks up into he looks directly up into Eric. It's Eric, isn't it, son?
Yes.
He looks directly up into Eric's face from kneeling down on the ground.
Eric's just kind of looking back, raises an eyebrow, bows his head politely and probably respectfully, because this guy obviously seems to be in charge.
Yeah, I thought this guy was meant to be dead already. What's going on?
Was meant to be what, sorry?
I thought this guy was meant to be dead already. What's going on?
I don't know. He's cheated death a few times.
It's something that one strives for.
He'll hop up onto his feet and he'll say, you also know an awful lot of things.
It's also something to strive for. Knowledge, survival.
These are both good things. But what is left then? What is there to continue to live for?
There's always something else to learn.
So you're saying that you live for the pursuit of knowledge, as knowledge is an entity.
I've heard it described as that before. I don't think of knowledge as an entity. More of a... closest analogy I could come up with would be trying to achieve a state of perfection. All knowledge, but it's all about the journey.
I assure you when I say that perfection's entirely overrated.
He just smiles at that.
Hey, don't forget your run-ins with Mikage. All knowledge is not necessarily knowledge worth, well, knowing. Trust me.
He's not wrong.
Something we take.
Ultimately, you merely have to dance the path that you are chosen, and if your path is indeed the path that seeks the knowledge that you crave, well then, it is a path that you are fulfilling. However, you are indeed correct, Honorable Usagi-sensei. The fact of the matter still remains that there are some things that man should not dare to wish to know. It's like how when that... Oh, what the fuck was his name? Tall, stupid fellow. Rory, that's it. He asked me why it is we didn't just banish all the dark things from the world and build a bubble around it.
Yeah. That would be terrible.
Yes.
Cannot have light without the darkness.
Well, no. It's more so the fact that... It's more so the fact that it's humanity that kept letting in the darkness. So even if we build a wall around it, in order to give you your concept of free will, you would have to have the means to break the barrier, because you wish to summon or you wish to speak to these entities that are themselves darkness incarnate. And even if 99.9% of people don't want to, it's still the 0.01% who can change the world for everyone, because they do.
And to be honest, darkness isn't all that bad. There are much, much worse things than simple darkness. I mean, we're in calibration out here. The god of calibration is practically the god of shadows itself, and he is very much the darkness, but he's very much the god of celebration, the appreciation, the contrast, the knowing the sights, the beauty, the being able to appreciate something requires that little bit of darkness. Darkness isn't a bad thing. It's just too much of one or the other. I mean, you have too much of the light, you'll never be able to see anything. We'll blind you, destroy you. Too much of the darkness, you'll become lost.
I agree. She'll probably come over and overhear the conversation.
There are much, much worse things out there, and they strive undercover under the cover of night, so to speak, and that's when things get ugly. That's how this entire situation with the world was in jeopardy in the first place happened.
And how did that happen?
Because mankind let it in. Ultimately, when the august personage of Jade created you, he did so with infinite love and infinite forgiveness. However, he also made it so that you had the ability to make your own choices. But unfortunately, certain individuals deign to make choices that are themselves damning in their nature. So ultimately, in order for one edict to be completed, he needed to alter another edict. He couldn't keep you safe from yourself because that would limit your free will. So he chose to let it so that you could do as you chose with the life he gave you and merely hope that you did the just and or moral thing.
Guess it'll be a heck of a day if we manage to do to choose for ourselves to do all those things.
As I said to one of the people at this party before, just a few hours earlier, actually, it's not our job here to save you. I mean, it's really not what we're here to do. We're just here to help you be you. We do all these other things, but when we talk to you, there is the lie that is you, there's the truth that is you, and we just want you to be you. Not that much more.
The Monkey King will casually take a shot, will casually take a cup of sake from a passing tray with his tail before he sips it. But ultimately, we have faith that you as entities will be able to walk the path that was ordained for you and will not be seduced. However, ultimately, you have the right to be seduced if that is what you desire. It just means that you choose to turn your back on the august personage. That is your choice, and that is ultimately what the nature of sacrifice is. However, he will always listen if you call out for forgiveness.
He is far more forgiving than some.
Yeah, trust me. I've drunk. I had to do shots with Kali once. Never again.
Whoa! Must have been a field day.
Yes. Then I stole her. Then I stole the ruby of Sharatet. Then I stole the ruby of. Then I stole the ruby of Hechmatet from her.
If only I knew what that was. I guess I have some reading to do.
There's a wonderful book called Into the West. I recommend you read it.
All right, Into the West. She'll pull out a journal and write it down. Put it
I
back in her
can
bag.
find a good copy if you like.
I appreciate that.
There are several translations from the original language into English that are incredibly lacking.
Whichever one is the most clear would be appreciated.
That's not the one that you want.
What is the one that I want?
There's a lot of different versions of that story. Well, the writer only wrote one. They actually wrote several, all of them across different paths. All of them have taken place, but never taken place. You see the nature of that story of one of the universe. The one that you want is the one that makes you question. Not nature, but yourself.
I like that. Fair enough.
It's why it's one of the masterpieces.
The Monkey King at this point is he hops. Oh, sorry. The Monkey King hops. He does a somersault. He lands on Zach's shoulders, but he doesn't weigh anything as he sits on Zach's shoulders. Hello.
I look to Zach. And you might be?
Zach will look to the Monkey King first and say hello, and then he will turn to Daniela and say, I am Father Zachariah Belmont.
So you're the guest of honor or host, I'm assuming? That I've heard about?
A host, yes. That's what it seems.
And guest of honor.
Interesting to be both at once.
Indeed.
She hasn't quite arrived yet, but she's here.
Eric's actually going to walk over now that there's, because he wasn't going to try and approach while there was pomp and ceremony going on, but now that the Monkey King's gone over and so are other people, he'll politely go up to Zachariah, nod his head very respectfully, offer a hand. Thank you very much for allowing us into your home.
Hold on. Whoa, I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
It was just old person being polite, basically covering the social faux pas of, oh, hey, none of us were invited.
No, I know, but my, head went out of,
okay.
I don't know where it went.
It's all good.
Zach will probably just look for a moment as he wonders, pretty sure John Hurt died a little while ago, not sure why the dude's in my house. He doesn't say that out loud, but
Doesn't
he's
look
97% sure the dude died.
Identical to him. It's a character face claim.
Because he did mourn when that dude died. It was a sad day. He was a great actor. And then he'll just kind of incline his head and say, it is a pleasure to meet you.
And you as well. Sorry, and you as well, Father, because got to put the title in there.
He'll incline his head slightly at that.
The Monkey King is currently combing your hair.
He's just going to look up and say, are you going to cut it this time?
Do you want me to?
I'd rather you didn't, but isn't like I have any power to stop you.
That's where you're wrong. You have all the power to stop me. You just didn't use it last time.
But why would I? When I could simply ask, and if you refuse, then I shall have to deal with it.
There's a shrug. He appears to just be happy combing your hair.
That's not gonna stop him.
Combing, combing, combing. It's so long and lustrous.
Some people find their strength to defend in some things, other people find their strength to attack in other things.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of a philosophy.
Back in action.
Mm-hmm. After all, if you let someone take, why should they ever stop?
Stop what?
Whatever they feel like.
Guess that's guess it depends on what they're doing. Depends if another conscious entity is involved, I suppose.
Right. I suppose quite correct, but there's, well, like I said, there's quite a bit of philosophy to it. There's
As always.
control, no matter of letting things happen. I subscribe to a philosophy that involves control, but it's difficult and complicated and gets combined with a lot of other philosophies, which does remind me, which one of our guests haven't we greeted yet?
A very, very drunk sailor is singing bodily on a table now and waves at you.
Ah, that's one. I just took him on one of those spiritual quests recently. I think it went rather well. You know,
Special quest, eh?
help someone discover who they really are. Dude,
Sure. True self.
Crises itself are the worst crises I've often found. On a side note, Father Belmont, what conditioner do you use?
please tell me your secrets.
I use Dove.
Tell me of this Dove.
It's a very nice shampoo and conditioner, and he'll just kind of shrug.
Pigsy!
Oh, what do you want now, sir?
I need some Dove.
You want me to get you some doves?
Yes.
Okay. You'll see him clap his hands together, and he'll start to do a small mudra. At which point, he'll bring his hands back together, and the room is full of panicked doves that just proceed to shit everywhere.
Beautiful hair will be mine.
I take cover.
You wanted doves, Lord Usagi. I got you the doves that you wanted.
Well done, Pixie. Well done. Beautiful hair will be mine.
He says as he scrapes pig shit. He says as he scrapes dove shit out of his hair.
That isn't the type of dove I was speaking of.
Then what Dove were you speaking of? I asked you twice.
And I told you it's Dove. That is unfortunately the name of this shampoo and conditioner.
So you didn't want bird poo?
I don't think so.
Oh. You see the Monkey King stand up with bird poo dripping down his face. At which point you see the bird poo start to sizzle. And you just hear him shout, Pagsy! Oh no!
That bacon I smell.
You will then see Pigsy proceed to tear up the stairs as quick as his trotters will carry him, pursued by the Monkey King. At which point, Zach, you hear a large explosion. You then hear the sound of slates falling and cracking on the ground.
I suppose I could use a new roof.
Holy crap. She takes off her jacket and just wraps it up and just kind of tucks it under her arm. That, you guys definitely have an interesting way of throwing parties.
We have barely even gotten started yet.
Ah, wonderful.
Oh my.
How about this? We'll gather a few of you mage folk together. We're going to play a game. It's a very interesting game. I played it quite a while ago. It's called the Game of Lies. So everyone, get yourself a drink. We will play it, maybe at least one round before I have to go and get back to my business. Sound fun?
Sure.
Of course.
Gather round, gather round. You have yourself a shot. We got as many bottles as we need. Good?
Okay.
Now, friends, guests, honored acquaintances, whoever you might be, whichever walk of life you come from, The game of lies is very simple. The people around the table will ask you a question or agree upon a question. You shall answer it. You shall answer it with the truth. You shall answer it with a lie, however you see fit. The aim of the game is to spot whether you are answering said question with a lie or a truth. If the table calls that you're lying and you're telling the truth, the table drinks. If the table calling that you're telling the truth and you're lying, well, the table drinks. Sorry, I got my rules the wrong way around. If a table calls that you're telling the truth and you are in fact telling the truth, you drink. The table calls that you're telling a lie and you're in fact telling a lie, you drink again. See how the thing goes? You get caught, you get caught. You get caught, everyone else has to take a drink.
Interesting game. I guess it keeps going until until people start passing out, or
Pretty much. Though it's honestly quite often a learning experience. You see, the nature of the questions, that one's up to you. And whether someone lies or tells the truth, gets called, gets not, that does say something about the person answering the questions.
So the point of it is to keep the other players guessing as to whether you're telling the truth or lying.
Mm-hmm. And if they can spot your lie and they call your lie, well, you have to drink. But if they think you're telling the truth and you in fact told a lie, then they drink. Vice versa. It's not all about someone. So, do we have a volunteer? Who's going to be first?
Zero Sailor raises a very large bottle of rum.
Well,
I'll go first.
pour yourself a shot and pour a shot for the table. So, ladies, gentlemen, what's your question? What is your question for the Azure Sailor?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a question.
It's not so easy now once you actually put it on the spot.
So it seems like mostly mage folk, like you said, seem to be here. How about what tradition or what group you're associated with?
Sometimes simple, sometimes easy. It's up to you. I will quickly take a break, but by all means, you're asked, what is your tradition?
He raises the glass and he says, I am Bata Ah.
Truth or lie? Answer now.
What does the character look like again?
Pata.
He's white and dressed like a sailor.
I'm gonna roll a mage lore check.
Do I have mage lore? I don't think I do. Nope. Okay.
Well, I think I know a little bit about Bata'a now. Hopefully.
Either way, cool.
She is perplexed. She's perplexed. She doesn't really. She's never even heard of that group. You guys know what the Bata'a are?
That'd be cheating. You must each guess.
Just confirm with Justin. Five successes probably enough to get at least a little basic information.
Yeah,
That's basically voodoo mages.
Cool.
They practice voodoo and Haitian religious practices and derive magic from it.
You seem to be pondering there, Eric.
I'll vote with truth.
Well, they called it. Guess what? Drink.
He just smiles and drinks.
And you see there's a grog. I assume you take a drink.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
Because
it will amuse him, the Monkey King will appear. You will see the fact the Monkey King appears with Pigsy unconscious, being dragged by the hair. And he will say, "Oh, are we playing that game?"
I think with a party like this, there's never been a better time to play this game.
Is he? He's gonna be okay, right?
Maybe.
He'll wake up sooner or later. We'll probably get him to join in.
The Monkey King will take the seat and he'll say, "So, you can ask me anything you want to know. I might tell the truth or I might tell a lie. But what do you want to know?"
Asagi will pour a shot of sake for the table round.
I will point out from an out-of-character note, these two seem to have powers of really wacky things like prophecy. They know an awful lot of shit, so this could actually be a really important and or pertinent question you could ask them. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves as to exactly what you want to ask him.
I will be right back.
So will I, actually. I need to go and get a drink.
how about we ask when the next earth-shattering event is going to happen?
We could ask him that, but that seems
Be very hard to tell. Yes, it would be very hard to tell if he's lying or telling the truth.
Probably should ask
Even
something more.
Well, here's the thing. If he's lying, then we're just prepared. And we prepared. If he's telling the truth, we're prepared.
We could simply assume that one such event could come around any time now and be prepared, and probably use our question to better effect. With the number of things happening in this city, it's safe to say that things will boil over sooner as opposed to later.
His true name?
I don't think anyone would be willing to give something like that willingly. That would probably be.
Given the choices would be him giving people his true name, as you called it, or getting a drink, I think he'd probably go for getting a drink.
Yes, but getting him drunk sounds like a marvelous idea.
You want to try to outdrink a god?
Yes. After all, we are gods.
He just kind of looks at you.
I kind of squint my eyes at that. I'm really thinking here. Maybe I shouldn't overthink this.
What about you, Father Belmont? Do you have any questions for... He's going to like scratch his head for a moment, like Sun Wukong. That was the name, yes.
No, I don't.
We could ask him who's going to die next in this room.
Well, that would be fairly simple. Don't worry about it. How about we ask if there's more than one of him?
Yes, but we already know the answer to that. There are as many of him as there are hairs on his tail. Once again, that just gets him drinking.
What about you, you there? She'll say to Jewel.
We could.
Actually, we could ask him the entrance to the Lost Horizon realm in Ireland.
We could.
It's actually not too bad an idea. Either he tells us the truth or he lies. If it turns out he was telling the truth, then we have somewhere to look. If he lied, well,
I know. Let's go for it.
2 votes for yes. Do we have a third?
I think that is an excellent question to ask.
Third? Can we make it a full majority? Or not full majority, can we make it unanimous?
I'm game. That's 4, I think.
So, you've chosen your question then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have.
Who chooses to ask it to me?
I believe it should be our honored host, since this is a group question.
Father Beaumont, then. I await your question.
Might have been working on something else. What was the question?
Out of character was where is the Lost Horizon realm in Ireland?
Where's the,
where's the
entrance
entrance
to the
to it?
Lost?
Okay.
Yeah, where is the entrance to it?
Yeah. I'll actually just look at Rog's character and just say, if you wish to know that question, ask it for yourself.
As you will.
Right on, then.
Where is the entrance to the Lost Horizon realm in Ireland?
You'll see him scratch his chin, and he'll say, "Follow the longest bed to the mouth that never stays silent. Up, up, up you climb, and yet down you must fall, into a place unloved by the sun and never seen by stars. There it is. You must cry the raven's name 3 times, and so it is their wings spread wide."
One more time so I can write that down?
The Monkey King will smile. That's not the rules of the game.
I was talking OOC. Like, I didn't get all of it.
That's
Well-
not my business.
You can always go into the hangout later and watch the video.
Yes.
True.
He said, okay. He said, "Follow the longest bed to the mouth that never quiets. Follow it down, down, down to a place that has never been seen by the sun of the stars. There it is in the darkness. So you must cry the name of the raven 3 times."
What are we drinking, by the way?
Sake.
Okay.
So, am I telling the truth or am I lying?
I cry liar.
I believe you may be telling the truth.
That's one. Captain, we've got to get an even table here.
By the way, is the rabbit-eared fellow? I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Usagi.
Is Asagi playing or is he just refereeing?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I say truth.
Well, 2 for truth, 1 for lie.
Oh, what the hell? Truth.
3 for truth, 1 for lie. Who's left?
Just Zach.
No response. We're going to forfeit that one.
Kim.
Table said.
The Monkey King will very casually smile. Justin, is it if I'm telling the truth and they call me on it, I have to drink, or is it they have to drink?
If you're telling the truth and they called you truth, you drink. If you're telling a lie and they call truth, they drink.
He will reach out, take the sake cup and pound it back.
Once or
that-
3 times? I'm confused.
It means he was telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting. Cool.
Okay, I think I'm getting the rules of this. You basically have to fool everyone or else you're stuck taking a drink.
Well, the majority of the table.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because it's done by the majority will say truth or lie.
Gotcha. Makes sense now.
Unless you force the entire table to drink or just yourself. Now, who's next?
I'll go.
You, Sama, you did the lot. Why don't you elect who's next?
Who?
I don't think we all heard what you said.
Son Goku-sama, why don't you... You went last, so why don't you choose who's next?
I nominate the elder statesman. His tail will point to Derek.
He nods. Gets the sake ready.
Fair question.
Do we want to get him drunk, or do we want to find out something interesting?
They
How
do
about,
next, right?
how about we just ask the most interesting questions we can?
That's how it's played. Well, that's how I prefer to play it.
I guess that's how I prefer to play this game too.
We could ask him his tradition.
We could. I already did that once with you.
Guys, I have to step out, which is unfortunate because I'm hosting the hangout. I've got a kind of a... For those of you who know, I'm taking care of sick kid, and sick kid is currently like coughing and really upset. So I'm gonna go upstairs and sit with them, and I need to take my laptop with me to like play Netflix or something for them.
Now we call
Okay.
this part 1, and we carry it on later.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can continue the game of lies when you're back.
All right, we'll talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.
Talk to you later.
Bye.